So this is a Coachman Pastiche 565, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake, and your ATC. Will demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have your gas regulator on the bulkhead. We do have the gas pipe available here on site should you need a piece of gas pipe fitting to the van to the top of the bottle. On the side of the caravan you have your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan at the bottom, and like I said, they are just there for stabilising, not lifting. You then have your Aldi heating and hot water flow, which is essentially the same as the breather you have on the side of your house for your boiler. So you'd never cover that up, you need to leave it open at all times. You've then got your water pump connection, blue trigger on the back, so you pull back the blue trigger to release it, and pull back the blue trigger and push in to fit the pump to the side of the caravan. You've then got your water pickup pipe that drops down inside the ack roll itself. Battery locker isn't currently open, but you've got your battery box with your mains power lead coming into the side of the caravan, and that connects to the mains power on site. We've then got the two fridge vents. The two fridge vents are very simply there to allow hot air out the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in to cool the back of the fridge. And also there is a gas flow for the gas system on when the fridge is running on gas. Then have your wind down legs, your motor mover and your wheel nuts. So the motor mover will demonstrate while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting so you can see they're being tightened correctly. Then have your two grey waste pipes, so the fresh water that goes in the front of the caravan has to come out somewhere. And down the side of the van here you have your larger diameter circles where on the outside where the pipe will fit into and then drop down inside the ack roll. At the back of the caravan you have your toilet flush tank, so you'll open up the tank here, pull the flap down, and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. At the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, so you'll open up the cassette, pull up the orange handle to release the cassette. The orange neck here turns out so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid, and then you've got an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. The cassette will take 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. On the rear of the caravan it's got two wind down legs again, and again they are just there for stabilising rather than lifting the caravan. You then got your underbed storage for the rear of the van on the one side for your twin fixed beds that you can access also from underneath the bed inside. Front of the caravan you've got your barbecue gas point and your two 30-volt sockets so you can have power coming out to your awning, and then you've got the last of your wind down legs. Going inside the caravan now, above the door as we walk in you've got the main control panel, so you've got your master power switch on and off. To the right hand side of that you have your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. You've got your voltmeter for the battery on board the caravan, your internal lights and your awning light for the outside of the caravan. First thing you need to do is fill the water system up. So you're going to come over to every tap on board the caravan, open them all up on the hot side of the water system. So that's all the taps on board the caravan, not just the kitchen one. So open all of them up on the hot side. From underneath your seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, and underneath here you will find is tucked away a little bit on these Coachmans, just down the side of the tank at the front, a yellow drain down valve. Now that yellow drain down valve needs to be parallel with the floor before filling the water system up. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, all of the water in the water system on board the van will drain straight back out onto the floor underneath. So once that valve's parallel with the floor, you can come over to the main control panel again, and you can turn on the water pump. With the water pump on, the water system will start filling up from the ack roll. Once the system's full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, and at that point then you can shut all of the taps back off. Once the water system's full, you can actually start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan on the control panel just to the right hand side as you walk in the door. Now at the moment you can see here that we've got a current room temperature of 20.5 degrees. Top left hand side you've got your heating pump running, that is indicating that the heating is working, and then on the right hand side you've got an indicator to let you know you've got mains power coming into the van. You have an on off switch on the bottom left hand side, and we do advise you turn the control panel off before you turn the master control panel off. Menu button. At the top here, you've got your option for your internal room temperature. You've got minus, or plus for your room temperature. The higher you go, the hotter the caravan will be. So that's your current room temperature, or the room temperature you want the caravan to warm up to. Below that you have your hot water, so you've got hot water on when the bar's halfway up, and hot water boost when this triangle is completely full. So like I said, hot water on and hot water boost. Below that you have the amount of power coming into the caravan that you want the heating and hot water system to run from. So you've got off, 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, or 3 kilowatts. So depending on what site you're on, it will depend on what you set this to. If you want to use gas as a power source and the gas is turned on in the front locker, you can hit the gas option at the bottom. The gas system will self-ignite on the heater and hot water system. You'll then control it the same at the top here on the two options. If it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen. You have got some advanced options on the right hand side here, and for these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. So that is your heating and hot water systems. Microwave on this particular caravan is an eco microwave, so you need to hit the eco button for the microwave to wake back up. Hob, grill and oven all work very much the same as your household appliances with your igniter on the right hand side, and again the microwave works very similar to a household also. The next thing we're going to take you through is the fridge system on board the van. So you've got your power button on the left hand side here to get the fridge to come on, so you'll press and hold the power button. The fridge will load up, and at the moment you can see that we're on mains power and the fridge is at its coldest setting. To change the power supply, you hit the grey button and hold it. The power source will start flashing, and then you can use the arrows right or left to select what option you want the fridge to run off. So for instance, if you're towing down the road, you could select 12 volt mode just here and then control the temperature of the fridge on 12 volt. To select gas, use the arrows again, and we can come over to the gas option and we'll hit the grey button. And again, if the gas bottle is turned on, then the fridge will self-ignite. But again, you can use the arrows to select the temperature, how cold or how mild you want the fridge to be. Again, to select it, you press the grey button. Once you press the grey button a second time, the igniter will kick in. If the fridge fails to ignite on gas, what it'll actually do is it'll actually flash the flame symbol just here, and it'll flash the temperature on the right hand side. Then again, to go across to your mains, press and hold the power button, or the grey button, sorry. Wait till it starts flashing and select your mains option, and away you go, and the fridge will be cooling on the mains power supply. So that is your fridge system. One thing I forgot to take you through actually at the start of the video is the mains trip switches. So underneath the seat on the right hand side at the front of the caravan, you'll actually find a control panel for your mains power supply. Top right hand side here, you'll actually have a test switch. Now if you've got mains power coming into the caravan from the site you're on, the trip switch will trip down if you hit that test switch. If there is no mains power coming into the caravan when you hit that test switch, it will not drop the test switch down to the bottom like it just did when it is connected to mains. As you can see, each of the trip switches is marked for charger, fridge, heater, boiler, socket. Then down below you have your 12 volt fuses for the 12 volt systems, which again are marked at the bottom as you expect them to be. Going into the rear of the caravan now, and the last thing we go through on this particular van is the toilet system. Just a quick note though for you, the radiators with the older heating systems do hold heat for quite a long time, so do mind little hands for instance with the van, or your own hands if you are using the toilet facilities or the washroom. On top of the toilet you have a toilet full indicator light that will illuminate red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. You have a flush button here for the toilet system to flush the toilet. As you know, you fill that from the outside. The toilet system has a flap in the centre of it, so when the toilet's not been used, it stops any smells coming up inside the van. But you do need to make sure that is open prior to using the toilet. When you're not using the toilet, you can shut that back up, and you would actually need that flap shut to be able to remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan. Again, the toilet seat does turn for your convenience. However, when you try to remove the toilet cassette from under the van, the toilet seat will need to be on the straight position with the back of the toilet itself. If it's not, it will actually lock the cassette in place. So if the toilet was turned, for instance, as you can see, then it will lock that toilet waste cassette in and it will not allow you to remove it. So that is the Coachman Pastiche 565. If you have any further questions on the van, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.